And Bitcoin, guys, eventually it seems that is dabbing the time that we are speaking. Today, at least, we had a big drop from $87,000 back down to $84,000. And the lowest point that we have touched, it's close to $83,300. And I cannot say to you now that I wasn't expecting this. If you watched my previous videos, all my previous videos, like the recent ones, you will know that I was expecting a drop. In reality, I'm expecting first a dump and then a pump. To say that, and the pump close to last days of April, early days of May, and I don't speak for a pump straight to an all-time high. I speak for slowly to begin building some bullish uptrend line territory, okay? But until then, as you know, as you watched my previous videos, I told you the situation of the market now is so dry, and literally all we need to begin having actually a serious drop is to get an announcement, like something like tariffs, something negative in general. And of course, this kind of situation will begin to crash the stock market. As you see here, stock market began the drop. We got rejection here from the 200 daily moving average. We went up, rejected, plus of course the fundamentals, not the TA. And it seems that now SP 500 continues the downside. And of course, you're gonna ask me, Chris, why actually now stock market and Bitcoin subsequently is crashing today, is dabbing today, call it as you would like. Because guys, of course, Trump found an opportunity to announce 25% tariffs on cars that imported to US. Of course, as you know, these type of tariffs affect the market with a negative, okay? And this wasn't only the announcement that caused the drop to the stock market, but also yesterday we had the US Q4 GDP data that raised to 2.4%, and the estimation was around 2.3%, and that shows that the economy is not slowing down. To be honest, here, that's bullish for the long run, but it's not that bullish for the short term. Like short term, this kind of move, it was kind of bearish. So in combination with the Trump tariffs, and because the dry situation of the market, there is no new liquidity or something to drive some pump to the upside at this point, okay, markets took some hit today. And I believe, because as you know, I'm a big believer of not the 70-day offset of the global M2 liquidity. I mostly tend to the 107-day offset M2 money liquidity, that we're about to have a blast off, as it says here. Okay, I'm not expecting a blast off, but we're going to begin building some bullish territory by the end days of April, early days of May, because the fundamentals and also the combination of the global M2 money liquidity, okay, in a combination with the Fed, fundamental news that probably we will get at May with the FOMC meeting, or even at June if we won't get the rate cuts on May. But because all of these things in a combination, I'm still expecting that we can go lower. Okay, this kind of dump, I believe, of Bitcoin will be continued according to my honest approach. Okay, but maybe, as I told you yesterday, because we went quite up to close to $90,000, I can say that I give more probabilities for a scenario now, like as a double bottom. Okay, but if not the double bottom scenario will play out, there is a second scenario that Bitcoin gonna go to $73,000 around this area. Okay, like $68,000 within 73, I can say. I believe mostly we're gonna close the candle, the daily candle, around the 73. Below that, I believe it's gonna happen like something like as a flash crash. The daily candle is gonna close around here, and I have to say that I'm either on the one scenario double bottom or either a lower low and afterwards to break this downtrend movement, because the position that we took here close to $90,000, I give a little bit more probabilities to this double bottom, like 55%, 60% for a double bottom, 45%, 40% to get for a lower low. Whatever of these scenarios is going to happen, literally, it doesn't matter to me. Mostly, I will move according to the market, and all I want personally is to have the $73,000 because I have some money aside that I'm accumulating the last couple months to buy the lowest price as possible for my favorite altcoins mostly. I'm not interested now to buy BTC. I have packed my bags way below, like all my BTC bags was below $20,000. I can say I have a very low average on Bitcoin, and I have Bitcoins that I will never sell because I'm here since 2016, 2017. Anyway, this is what I'm expecting now. I hope for the $73,000 scenario, not for the double bottom, even if I give it some more probabilities, because I want to accumulate my favorite altcoins as low as possible. And also to remind you, the trap that I spoke for this video, as you see, huge trap is about to be set up. And let me close this. I believe, guys, this is where the biggest trap on this kind of situation will happen within this area. Like, if you're going to see Bitcoin below $80,000, you're going to see everywhere pessimism. All the retail investors are going to cry, are going to say, like, everywhere, this is the end, this is the bear market. The bear market just began, and we're about to get lower and lower. I don't believe into a black swan scenario. Okay, like here, you're going to see Bitcoin $76,000, $77,000. Everyone's about to be pessimist and everyone will expect Bitcoin to come even lower. That's why I believe it won't come. Okay, this is why I believe that this scenario won't play out. Market makers will cook, and of course, whales will buy on this zone a lot because it's an incredible discount. All altcoins are in an oversold position. So yeah, I don't see a black swan event. It can happen. But I give it low probabilities, low percent probabilities. I'm preparing for that scenario as well because it's crypto. And always I'm preparing, guys. Even if I don't speak for a scenario, for the X scenario, I'm preparing for everything. Okay, this is the best strategy that you need to do to be ready for whatever situation. And to do that, you need to take the proper risk managements, and the proper risks, and calculate all of these things together just to be in whatever situation will happen. So personally, here on these videos, I'm telling you my personal approach. Okay, I'm not here to give you advices to follow or whatever. I'm not even care if I'm gonna be right or wrong. I'm telling you my approach according to what I got in my hands from a data perspective. Okay, so you see here, even yesterday we had some accumulation from the ETFs. We had a consecutive day, like almost 10 days in a row. The institutions, the US institutions that accumulated BTC, we didn't have big inflow from BlackRock, not something usual. Okay, we have been used to see BlackRock in accumulation, but Fidelity actually bought close to 100 million, and in total, with some outflows, we had 89 million inflow as a total from the US institutions. So let's close these things, and also before I move to some good news for the long run, I would like to show you the 107-day offset. You see here, I showed you the last videos that there is a probability that this kind of pump on Bitcoin can actually represent this small fake rally that is happening on the global M2 money indicator. Okay, and here you see beautifully also here fits a perfect double bottom before the breakout. So also keep that in mind, guys. And now let's move into some bullish news for the long run on Bitcoin. You see China plans to unban Bitcoin and crypto by Q3, Q4 of 2025. This will be massive. And as you know, this is where almost, I believe, where the insanity of crypto will happen this year. Q3, Q4, I believe we're going to have the peak of the altcoin season, the peak of the Bitcoin as well. Like, I believe the market will peak around there. That's a speculation, as I say again. It can be delayed in 2-3 months from now. But as we got the data now in our hands, I believe Q3, Q4, we're about to have the peak of the market. And I say that even before the 2024 ends. And we continue with the Michael Saylor that predicts Bitcoin market cap is eventually going to 700 trillion. Very bullish. This is, of course, very long term, not anytime soon. But yeah, Michael Saylor is the president of Bitcoin. So in the distant future, why not? Bitcoin is way better than gold, and humanity needs Bitcoin because we don't have where to store our money. So we need something that is fair and viable. And we continue with representative introduce a strategy Bitcoin and crypto reserve bill in South Carolina. America is embracing Bitcoin in a daily basis. And also the America FDIC says banks can engage in crypto activities without prior approval. You see, guys, America goes literally every single day one step closer to a complete Bitcoin adoption. So really bullish things are happening in US. Literally is about to flip into a Bitcoin pro country like El Salvador if they're going to continue with that way. And Presidential Council's executive director says that if the US hasn't sold any nearly to 200,000 BTC, it would be worth 17 billion today. Never sell your Bitcoin. And this is something that you need to do as well. Never sell your Bitcoin. And here I will close, guys, the video. We will see how the whole situation will roll up in the upcoming days and also inside of the weekend. Let's see. Yeah, there is no space for here. If we're gonna get the discounts, we're gonna buy. If from here Bitcoin gonna pump, it's okay. But yeah, I give lots of probabilities for a further dump on Bitcoin. Okay. And also here we break again the 200 daily moving average and we get back to a bearish territory below the 200 DMA. And here, for the people who are going to ask me, Chris, where do you store your crypto? Guys, I use a Tajam wallet and I highly recommend you to use it as well. I believe it's one of the best cold wallets out there. You shouldn't store your cryptos in hot wallets or exchanges. It's super risky one day to wake up and you won't have access to your cryptos or you can have zero balance. So highly recommend you go through my link. Don't forget to use the discount code CryptoChris that you're going to find here, Chris with Y, and you're going to grab 10% off discount in your order. And for the people who are going to ask me, Chris, from where do you buy cryptos? Guys, I recommend you to use Wix. I found it recently, the last couple of weeks, and it's super reliable. It's with No-KYC. That's, of course, I liked it. Okay, I used it and I'm very satisfied. Customers so far, I use Wix to buy now. Super easy. Like, yeah, literally, I believe it's one of the best exchanges with No-KYC to buy cryptos. Of course, immediately withdraw in your cold wallet. We used to buy from XT. Now, lately, xt.com had done a couple sketchy things and immediately we don't use it anymore. Okay, that's why we don't marry an exchange. And if you go through my link, you can have, guys, up to $30,000 bonus. So I highly recommend you go through my link, sign up, deposit, grab your bonus, purchase your favorite crypto, and immediately withdraw to your cold wallet. So thank you very much, guys, for your support. I will see you all in my next video. Until my next video, Chris out. Bye.